and I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Bray.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
For old time's sake. As time goes by.
I say, huh. I say, huh. Let me take it down. There we go. Word. I'm just getting off. I gotta wear my hair up. I'm a dishwasher. So it's Sunday, and usually I do my laundry on Saturday and Sunday. And I was going to, I don't know why people are trying to get my attention. People are weird. I don't have time. I've been on my feet all day. I could care less.
Anonymity. Whoa. Well, the former anonymity.
Are you trying to say anonymity, dumbass?
Anonymity.
Usually, right, I do laundry on Saturday and Sunday. And as soon as I got off, I tried to go get some cash back or whatever from CVS, and they were like closed. I was like, oh. And I know.
Oh, girl, that skin though. It's time to toss out that dollar store black soap. This is why you've been using that filter lately, huh?
That there is, there's a Publix somewhere around here. I might try to find a Publix. I might try to find, there's a Publix and there's a Walmart that's nearby. So I might try to do one of leveling up from homelessness. Guys, I have a shady family. They were involved in shady deals, okay? Pretty much designed to like capitalize off of my intellectual property and what I would be worth if I died, and they got like, life insurance. Because my mother died in 2016, and my mother always was on top of her business. And that was the first time me or my siblings experienced a death that was that close to us.
Death that.
It's death. TH, not death. Not death. Death. Dumbass.
You know what I'm saying? We had some uncles die, some aunts die, some other relatives die. But that was a time that was the first time where someone that close died to us. I mean, this is our parent, the person who gave us life. She was my care provider up until I was 17. She was their care provider the majority of their life, okay? And, once we took care of the funeral arrangements, et cetera, each of us were able to get, some monies, right? Well, I was the only one that was really doing something with my life and loving my life. So I really wasn't thrilled by the fact of what was going on and what, we received. I wasn't thrilled at all. Not to mention, I was the only one paying real rent. And my rent was $13.50, okay? They didn't have rent. They weren't paying rent. They didn't have rent, okay? My brother did. And my brother's rent was like $600. Which was amazing. That's some Illinois prices. But also he had got like a loan modification, some other things, and his mortgage was $600, but it was also a 1-bedroom condo, okay? My rent in Redondo Beach, California was $13.50, okay? So I had real bills, real things going on, and California is altogether much more expensive. So like I said, I wasn't throwed at all. I just, the stand-up comedy, hustle continued, But upon the wake of her death, they end up fighting over the house, okay? My father and my older sister took my brother to court when legally the house was his, okay? He was granted the house via probate, through the will. Specifically, she left it to him, okay? Him and I put it in a land trust like a week after she died. A week after she died. We did it together while I was there, for the funeral, while I was there making arrangements and all of that stuff, doing her burial. I did the obituary, all this stuff, right? And then I went back to California. I'm back in California. Now my brother is in court because my father and my sister are suing him. My father thought I was going to ride with him, telling him that he was entitled to the house, but he's been divorced from my mother since 2006 and went to live with other women and live his life. And it's just like, well, Dad, you're living with Grandpa. How about you just get your own place? Like, this is a wrap for you. The reason why that house is even able to be given to my brother is because she maintained it by herself without you for 10 years while fighting cancer. I don't know people who can maintain a house for 10 years without dealing with health problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real. Without the normal, you know what I mean? So he cursed me out. And that was the last time I verbally talked to my father. It was on Father's Day 2017. He cursed me out. Called me all types of names. And, that's when I told him, hey, Dad, I'm looking over the Pacific Ocean driving down. He didn't like that, by the way. That's the reason why they turned against me. I shitted on him. Real tough. I shitted on him in the last conversation we had. Hey, Dad, I am staring at Pacific Beach, the Pacific Ocean. Okay? Driving down Pacific Coast Highway to my apartment. I don't want to hear your shit. I don't want to take advice from a 65-year-old living with his father. I only gave him that venom, that mouth. I only did that after he cursed me out unwarrantedly and said a bunch of misogynistic things. Like he didn't raise me. Like I wasn't his child. He said a bunch of misogynistic things, like women, this, that, and the third. Just was mad. But you the one in your 60s trying to come up off your ex-wife's house. You didn't do nothing in 10 years. Nothing in 10 years to solidify your own place somewhere. I don't even care if it was a house, but just your own place. But you yelling at me and calling me all type of stupid idiots. Hey, Dad, I'm hanging up as I look at the Pacific Ocean, driving down Pacific Coast Highway. You have a blessed day. He didn't like that. So from that day forward, that was Father's Day 2017. From that day forward, they had already made up in their mind. They was going to just fucking destroy me. And they almost succeeded. Hats off to them for a good effort. But, what God, is in charge of, let no man put us under. It just is what it is. God has plans for me. I know God has plans for me. And those plans have not been, they're going to have to be mad, but they just going to have to deal with it. They're going to have to talk to God about it because I got stuff that I got to do. It is ordained. It is my birthright. That's what I came here to do. And if people could just move out my way, I can just get these things done, and then go home to glory. You know what I mean? I just went about my business, okay? So that's the short version. That's the semi-PG-13 version of what happened. In the midst of that, I messed around with a coworker. I I know, the worst thing that could happen. I messed around with a coworker. It was supposed to be awesome. It was far from awesome. Because he was shiesty. And he was a liar. And he was a come-up artist who accused me of being a come-up artist. But this motherfucker was living off of everybody. Child bad. No, he gets no more airtime. That's the most important part about that person. The point of why he was important is because everybody else came out the woodwork to take an opportunity to take shots at me, to, aha, that's what you get, I told you so, all of this. When mouths were closed. Mouths were closed before this happened. So really, it was just people waiting on an opportunity to act out who they really was and how they really felt in the first place. And sometimes that's just gonna happen in life. It isn't fun. It was lonely as hell. It was isolating and alienating, but it happened, and that's the real truth. It is what it is. During this time, all I've been trying to do is like lay low, mind my business, and start over, because everything was like literally snatched from me and snatched from up under me, and it was actually kind of good though. It was kind of good though, because what it did was it forced me to decide what's most important to me, and in some stuff I was ready to let go. Like that LA life is over for me. It will take a special situation for me to go back, but when I go back, I'm gonna have a husband. Like I'm not doing it. Like if, you know, my husband want to do some stuff out in LA, he got some business and some stuff, I'll go. But I'm not just willy-nilly because I want to by myself, no. There's nothing there that I miss, and I need people to really understand that. I've been saying, and that's another thing. That's why I say this was purposeful. I can't be that mad. The initial sting of everything falling apart did hurt, but I've been over that for a while. Now people are just getting on my nerves. Now I'm at a point where I'm just annoyed more than anything, because I'm like, okay, shut up, I don't care. Like, I've been done with that. People keep trying to bring things to me that I've been done with, and I'm like, if you don't bury the dead and let it die, I don't care. I'm like, I done came all the way to Tampa because I don't care. And they keep trying to bring this to me here. And Boo Boo the Fool surprise, no. It's been over. Stop trying to drag this shit along. Like, this is horrible. So, you know, a lot of people got involved. That was, child, a lot of people got involved. Strangers, people I ain't never met in my life got involved. I had a Facebook group called Aarona Adventures Chat Group. Facebook group of 1,500 people. Who just had time. They had time for that. Time for that. I want to know who the millionaires are in that group. Because like I told my best friend in 2014, after my divorce, I was like, love, I'm finna be a millionaire. I haven't done it. That's the only thing on my to-do list, my bucket list. You know, well, that and being a mom and being a grandma, because then after I be a mom, I can't wait to be a grandmama. Like, my goal in life is to be the grandma with all the stories. That's what I really want. I can't wait till I'm that chick, that grandma that just been places and did things, and now I'm sharing my life. And I can't wait. That's I want that so bad.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Bray.